with that little bit of perhaps nervous anticipation on their mind. History makers, but for being the longest match in history, the previous record held by Belasteguin of 3 hours, 11 minutes. But the Deus brothers and now a game point to the Deus brothers. Serving to Perino and Piotto in the white. Well watched as a good rally is unfolding now. Watched by Nuno to the back of the court. Can't quite find the space down the middle yet. Miguel Deus is out of the court. What a shot to win the game from Miguel Deus, who goes out of the court. Doesn't even look at the ball as he's popping it back in. That was spectacular from Miguel Deus. Here's Denis Perino serving with the pink shorts out of the two players. Born in Cordoba and Italian-Argentinian heritage. Ranked at 57 in the FIP World rankings, just 2 places behind his partner, Piotto. Sure, there's not even the tiniest of touches. Game point, Perino Piotto. Angle against the glass on your side, hoping it goes all the way back over. Miguel Deus, they can be recovered. If the opposition anticipates it well, they can run out of the court and return that either through the door or over the top of the court. World Cup Pairs. At 55 in the FIP World rankings, just shy of his best rank of his career at 53, the 23-year-old. The only tournament that Perino and Piotto 16s in Premier Padel tournaments. Paris Major being one of those where they knocked out Momo Gonzalez and John Sands as the 6th seeds. Gonzalez and John Sands shows they can beat higher-ranked pairs. Of course, Momo Gonzalez and John Sands split after that performance. And John Sands making his first final alongside Paquito Navarro in the new Giza P2. That's so far. very quickly after your serve and try and put pressure on the return. Out of the court goes Piotto, he gets it back, but the save is excellent from Nuno Deus. Great defense bounce. This is more like the Deus brothers that we know. In they come once again at the net, mounting pressure with every point. It doesn't quite come back in. On the far side of the court, in the white kit, Perino in the pink shorts, Ignacio Piotto in the black. Facing them, the Deus brothers in the black kit, a pair from Portugal. Looking to once again get a win against this pair, hopefully in a little bit of a quicker time. Comparable to a major of the Qatar Airways Premier Padel Tour in terms of that points distribution and prize money. And a part then of this FIP 2025 season, which features more than 250 tournaments worldwide, a presence in more than 50 countries. Oh, it's hard to believe it, isn't it? Where is the season gone? But they will, of course, be the P1 in Dubai at the Hamdan Sports Complex, where tickets are on sale. It's the culmination of the circuit. The curtain comes down. What will surely be a fantastic event to a historic season. Perino and Piotto win on their serve. They lead 4-2 as this first set heats up. Nuno Deus, the younger brother by 2 years, is serving. And they've really stepped up the pace and the urgency in these last few points, the Deus brothers. Lovely use of deception. Second serve, usually a little bit slower. Ranked at number 55 in the FIP World Rankings at just 23 years old. Winner of FIP Bronze, his best result's been a Premier Padel round of 16. And what an amazing experience to play in a venue like this, the Arena Kuwait, Rafa Nadal Academy. It was built as the most important indoor venue in the country, in Kuwait. The arena for this centre court is at the heart of that space and has hosted a huge range of world-class events. Live music even, from Craig David, Akon, Sean Paul. And now, the FIP World Cup Pairs. A little bit of miscommunication between the Deus brothers, but Miguel is able to get there at the back of the court, save the point. Looks like it's going to go out. It doesn't quite, but that is fired towards Piotto. Both teams using their lobs really effectively, trying to turn a defensive lob shot into the opportunity to attack up at the net, just as Perino has done, smoothed it over. This, if Perino and Piotto can go up 5-3, at the perfect angle, out the back of the court it goes. That shot called a por cuatro. The one out the side was the by 3. The one out the back, a by 4, because you add on that bit of cage at the top to make it 4 meters. And that ball, when it goes out, beautifully threaded down the center. Miguel Deus is serving. Here to take the first set. We've played 34 minutes, apologies, of gameplay so far. And a reminder of where we are. It's our first ever FIP World Cup Pairs in Kuwait, comparable to a major on the Qatar Airways Premier Padel circuit. Just a couple of weeks ago, in the Oisho Milan P1, who set a new record in Premier Padel history for a time record in a main draw, 3 hours, 17 minutes, of which on that day, it was the Deus brothers who came out on top. To the back of the court, Piotto couldn't quite get there. Perino saves the day. 30 love. Second serve. As a really nice lob from Nuno Deus forces them to the back of the court. What a return. 40-15. What a return from Denis Perino. From Perino, set point. But first set point saved. Nice lob from Perino, trying to force the brothers back. Nothing that Perino and Piotto can do about it. They've saved 3 set points and now a break point. Up come the Deus brothers to the net. Good block. And another from Nuno. And a lob to try and regain some control from Piotto. But in comes the smash from Nuno. Little touch from Piotto. Incredible block by Piotto. Only 12 unforced errors for the Deus brothers, but even less for Perino and Piotto. Only 1 difference in winners, 2 in smashes, and it all came down to that first break Main draw history of a round of 64 match lasting 3 hours 17 minutes. Not going to jinx anything. Great first point from Nuno Deus. What a block at the back of the court from Nuno Deus. Out of the court, it's picked up from Piotto, but there's Nuno Deus with the response. Who is looking more comfortable and more confident, fewer unforced errors. And despite this valiant effort from Piotto out of the court, Nuno Deus was there to clean up. If they can get this break early on. To serve. Out of the court, Piotto gets there. This time, but it stays in miraculously. The shot from Piotto. So an advantage once again in what's been a long third game of this second set. Who can take the win eventually? Contraperred from Perino. Love 3 in this second set after winning the first 6 games to 4 in 43 minutes. They had the break in that game. He is now preparing to return the serve of Piotto. Fast, hard, effective shot. But has to be played in this second set. From Miguel. Those right-handed players in this duo, as you can see on the opposite side, Perino left-handed, Piotto right-handed on that left-hand side of the pair. It stays in, good response from Piotto. And now a better executed bajada from Perino. Above that at 36. Nuno, younger by 2 years. There was a FIP rise. In 2024, there was a Kuwait City Premier Padel P1 tournament. And the FIP president, Luigi Carraro, said, Kuwait's already written an important chapter in this sport. It's this tough Portuguese pair who have so far, Bush brothers have certainly made fewer errors, finding opportunities, and almost looking like a different pair in this second set. But it's a perfect positioning and height on that bajada, that shot that is watched down off the glass by Perino. Male draw includes 13 different nationalities. If you include the qualifiers and the main draw, there's 3 local players from Kuwait participating in this first edition. Brothers, as they lead 4-2. In the international padel calendar, or as their professional circuits, over 260 tournaments. Perino and Piotto defending brilliantly, defending to survive in... Do we try and save some legs and go to a third set? With Nuno Deus serving. One half of this Portuguese brother duo. No, as it skips off the net, catches him a little off guard. Perino and Piotto defending better at the back of the court now. And that just out by Piotto.
Below 30.
Try and get this in 2 sets. They trail 3-5, but are now edging towards a break. A lot more powerful than that defensive overhead bandeja. Fired low off and into the corner. More of a winning shot. And a good bajada, but attacked down on by Nuno Deus. Somehow it stays in, the rally continues. The Deus brothers firmly on the offensive. Pushing Perino and Piotto back with every point. And they... One out of 2 breaks for the Deus brothers, who then consolidated as they went through. Fewer unforced errors, only 5 from the Deus brothers to the 9 of Perino and Piotto, which is still very good, and about half that of the first set. Not going to be a repeat of the Milan P1 game that lasted 3 hours 70 minutes, making Premier Padel history, but it will be a battle in this 3rd set. Amateur paddle players, almost 600 paddle courts, just over 200 clubs, and we are so lucky to be in the Arena Kuwait and Rafa Nadal Academy in Kuwait right through to the 9th of November on the Qatar Airways Premier Padel Tour. In terms of points distribution and prize money, over €1 million is up for grabs. Split equally between the men and women. And this is our main draw, our first round taking place here on the centre court. Kind of lingering nervous energy from meeting in the Milan P1, where in that meeting it was the Deus brothers who came out on top. Been round of 16s, of course, their historic result in the Paris Major, where they knocked out the 6th seeds of Momo Gonzalez and John Sands. Title recently at a FIP Bronze in Sofia. One of the types of tournament on the Cupra FIP Tour. And they take the break, they take the game. Nuno Deus serving a good early break for the Portuguese brothers. By any means, but it comes over that right-hand side, if you're right-handed, over into the cage. And as we've discussed, it's really unpredictable where the ball is going to bounce, whereas give you all kinds of trouble. But this is really good from the Deus brothers, who are using the serve, coming up and winning the net quickly. and asserting themselves in this third set. A big smash. But this is really good from the Deus brothers. After a bit of a shaky start, perhaps, they've worked through with Sebastião Mendonça on the bench. Made their reach. Traveling, training, working with your family member. But in these gritty moments now, it's what is pulling them through for a pair that they've beaten before, but in a real tough match. They'll also be coming into today knowing that they're the higher ranked pair, both ranked at 37, Miguel and Nuno, joint points, against two players at 57 and 55. They did in their last meeting, but it's never guaranteed. As we've seen, Perino, Piotto more than have the ability to cause upsets on the circuit. Great recovery. Out of the court, but Piotto has chased it, manages to bring it back in. Perino's exposed, but the rally continues. So they're stepping out onto the court. We just have to put a little bit more effort in. Their communication between each other, it's dropped slightly, as it's been the exact opposite on the other side of the net from the Deus brothers. Piotto with his signature move out of the court. And they still lead 40-15. And if you're playing against a duo that are hardly making any errors, that means you have to find the winners. Brothers, if they can lead 3-1, Perino and Piotto will have to continue to chase in this deciding set. And the match coming after this is another men's first round game. It's Alonso Rodriguez and Juan Ignacio Robini, and they are playing against really exciting a Kuwait wildcard, Dari. And in our final game on centre court of the day, our last men's first round match on this court. Enrique Goenaga and Luis Hernandez. They are taking on our third wild cards in the tournament. This pair from Kuwait, the brothers Rashid and Mashari Nawaf, has met that 3-hour, 17-minute game that made history, and the Deus brothers took the win. A second serve for Perino. Piotto, who have broken back and now are in the lead. Coming up to the 2-hour mark. We've played an hour and 52 minutes in this first edition of the FIP World Cup Pairs season, which in 2025, the FIP calendar has got more than 250 tournaments, which includes the Qatar Airways Premier Padel Tour. In the men's draw, the top-seeded pair, Arturo Cuello, Agustin Tapia, Lebron will split, and it is Martin Dineno back with Danko Stupachuk. A break point to Perino and Piotto. This could be really dangerous for the Deus brothers, but that is exactly what they needed. A huge por tres. Between those two pairings. Excellent work. We haven't had a tournament like it since. They actually got a walkover in the final against Ruiz and Botello. So both teams with a break. We hit the 2-hour mark, and on the bench during that break, Claudio Gilardone. Start to get interesting. That's when the next game really matters. And he was saying, you just really have to believe. And he asked them, do you believe? And Perino and Piotto said, yep. So let's see, how much do they believe? Can they change the storyline from when these pairs last met? Consistency. Piotto is out of the court. He almost goes out of the arena to get that ball back in. What a block from Perino, but the game goes to the Deus brothers. They equalise at 4 games all, but what a get from Piotto. Time and time again, he has demonstrated his commitment to the rally. He never gives up. In our inaugural FIP World Cup Pairs in Kuwait, who will be the first to get through to a second round? Great defence up at the net by Perino. But it's the Deus brothers mounting the pressure and picking up the pace as everything is now more urgent. Utilising the lob, trying to turn that defence into an attack. His whole body, Piotto, going into that strike. Words of discussion. A huge moment if they can go up 5-4. And they can. They absolutely can. It was the Deus brothers who came home with the victory last time they met in the Milan P1. And when we get past the 2-hour marks in these matches, I mean, these guys will be used to playing long matches as the fatigue sets in mentally and physically. Another wonderful save. Into the net from Miguel Deus. And there it is, it's game, set and match to Denis, Perino and Ignacio, Piotto, as they take a win in 2 hours and 13 minutes. This time, they come out victorious against the Deus brothers. They advance into the second round. The smile and the shout. 9 unforced errors for Perino and Piotto. The Deus brothers 15, a lot more than in their second set. And despite a higher number of winners, a higher number of smashes for the Deus brothers, it was the 2 breaks for Perino and Piotto who managed to take the game 2-1